Kia ora, Amanda. It's wonderful to have this opportunity to sit down and have a bit of a discussion. And it was wonderful to be part of your welcoming at the Porphyry. It's been 8 weeks. How's it going?
Well, it was lovely to have you at my Porphyry. Thank you for coming. 8 weeks, I can't believe it's only 8 weeks. It feels like I've been here much longer. It has definitely been a steep learning curve. It's one thing to think you know what it's going to be like when you apply for a role and you come into an organisation, and quite another to get in it, and especially an organisation as large and complex as this one. But it has been terrific. People are very patient with me. I'm slowly getting my head around all of the complexity and the breadth of what we do, and so far so good.
We were talking a little bit before we turned the cameras on about the immediate responding to some of the critical crises of now, and then how you keep looking forward. Yes. What are your thoughts about the now vision and then what you want to see in 5 years?
Yeah, I think, right now, probably my priorities are really fully understanding the organisation and the sector sufficiently that I can really, add value. And longer term, I think, we've just got to do the absolute best for children in our care, and so we need to deliver the care standards. We need to ensure that our staff are really well supported to do the great work that they do every day. I have been absolutely blown away by the passion in this organisation and the incredible work our team does every day. And so for me, kind of success in 5 years looks very much like, a really enabled workforce that feel really well supported by the organisation, that, feel empowered to do the great work that they do, have great tools, have great support from colleagues, and that will play out in the experiences of our young people and our caregivers and community providers that work with us.
We've just put out a survey to try and understand what's happening with the fuel crisis and just the impacts of that for kaimahi and whānau, and the results have been pretty troubling. I mean, I think our sector is very mindful of how much whānau are hurting and so haven't raised a lot of issues in the public domain, but it'd be wonderful just to know what you're thinking about that, what your team's trying to put in place and where we can go if we do need some support going forward.
We've been doing quite a lot of thinking and work about how we can help and work with our providers. There's quite a cross-government approach being taken to it, and particularly a particularly sort of collaborative approach in the social sector agencies. So we've got a number of sort of levels of working groups underway. We've got a fuel working group here at Oranga Tamariki. So what we're really trying to do is sort of understand where the biggest challenges are and how we can make some kind of consistent and collaborative, responses from a social sector approach. So I can't give you any details, but I can really assure you that we are really thinking hard about it and trying to find ways that we can support our providers.
Thank you. In terms of just the funding situation, and I know we've had a series of reviews and considerations of impact on a number of service areas, is there anything you'd like the sector to know about what that process will look like going forward, what sorts of things they should look out for, how they can hold themselves in the best situation to continue to deliver services for Tamariki and whānau?
People will have heard about some of the programs that are transferring to other agencies. One of the things that we're really taking great care about with that is to make sure nothing's happening too quickly, and that things are that we're giving providers and the receiving agencies, to be fair, a long runway to make sure that that transition is seamless and works well particularly for our providers, so that they have certainty and continuity of funding. So I think that's really important. And also you'll be aware that we had quite a big review from the Auditor General, and he made some very clear recommendations, and so we're really working through those to make sure we have a kind of transparent and repeatable procurement and commissioning process going forward. And we really want to make sure that the sector's coming along with us. We don't want to do it too, we want to do it with.
I get lots of kind of examples of where providers want to add value or use their knowledge and understanding into things like program design and practice improvement areas. Is there space for that to occur as well? Just kind of a bit of innovation between the sector and your team over the next few years.
Look, I think that's definitely on the cards as part of the new sort of investment and procurement process. One of the things, I talked about the regional needs assessment. One of the ways we will want to approach procurement is to describe that need and then seek proposals and applications from community providers to meet that need. So rather than just assuming it's a program A or program B, it might be a bit of each of those programs and some collaboration and some innovative work together. So I think there's real opportunity in the future. That is one of many really positive outcomes of going through the review process, I think.
Great. Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to say to the community sector and those supporting tamariki and whānau?
Well, I'd certainly like to say a huge thank you. I know it's not easy work. It's similar to the work we do, and it isn't the easiest of work, but it's so rewarding. And so I see the same passion in community providers that I see in Oranga Tamariki staff, and we all want the same outcomes. And so for me, it's been great to understand how important those relationships are and that collaboration is between, it's more than a funder-provider relationship. It has to be a partnership. And I'm just really grateful for the great work that communities and community providers do every day on our behalf and on their own. Yeah.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.